Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
All the pop culture news and reviews from across the multiverse.
You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
And set the flux capacitor. Engage the warp drive as we travel to dimensions beyond with Sunday Night Geek.
Engage.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Sunday Night Geek. I am the big dirty nerd, Jeff. We've got Angel Sky.
Hello.
We've got Sean.
Ahoy.
We've got Toby.
He's eating treats.
He's eating treats. And apparently we have an international listener tonight, which is kind of cool.
We do.
That's pretty fran cool. I like that. That's awesome. We've reached the international community. Our geekiness.
Only because I told them about it.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Our geekiness has reached across the planet.
Across the seas.
That's very cool. So, hello, international listener. I don't know how you feel about privacy and stuff like that, so I don't want to mention any names or anything like that. So, hello, international listener. I hope you tune in and enjoy the show tonight.
It could be listeners.
It could be listeners. Could be.
I wish we could see some live statistics.
Wouldn't that be cool? See who's tuning in,
where
they're from, and all that stuff. You know what? If we ask Lenny and Cody, I'm sure we could get those numbers. I'm sure we could get those numbers. Absolutely could get those numbers. What's going on this week, guys?
I'm still waiting to see if I can go to Cypher on the Rock.
Oh, so you haven't made your decision.
I haven't made.
You have made your decision.
I've made the decision.
But
that if the moolah comes in, I will go.
The bank has not.
No, the
you
bank is not.
Yet.
Well, it's like, thanks, government.
Yeah. Right.
Well, realistically, it's my money.
It is your money
That they're paying back to me.
Yeah.
So.
Spend it. Yeah. Spend that cash, making it rain up in here, yo. But.
So I guess I'll find out this week.
Oh yeah. When did you put your return in?
Beginning of the month, like.
Why don't you have it
second
done?
Or something?
It should have been done by now.
No, but I don't have direct deposit.
Oh, yeah, that'll change things. Yes. That'll slow things. Yeah, you should get that this week.
Yeah, I'm hoping this week.
Yeah, their turnaround time, believe it or not, is actually not that long.
Yeah.
So you should get that this
week. They have extra people on this time.
Yes, that's right.
So if it's... Yes, because, they did say that if you didn't do it within the deadline, it could take this long, and if you did it within the deadline, it takes about this long. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, Army all slow.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Hope it doesn't go through DIEP.
And yeah, really,
it will.
DIEP, the place where everything's lost.
Yeah, it's the void of the mail service.
It's either I get to go to Cypher on the Rock, or I'm taking it and I'm spending it on merch. So either way, it's going to get spent somehow.
You're spend all your money.
Well, I'm not going to spend it all.
No.
But I'll spend a lot of it if I go to Cypher on the Rock. More than I would.
Of course you would.
More than I would if I just bought merch.
I was looking at Sci-Fi on the Rocks list of vendors this afternoon. They've got quite an impressive list.
They do.
Quite an impressive list.
See what they have.
Yeah. They've got this year they've got an impressive vendors list, impressive guest list.
No.
Kind of disappointed that I can't go, but anyway, that's it. That's life. That's it. That's life.
I'll be fine at home.
If I get to go, you'll be there in spirit.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I'd be sitting at home in my little man cave playing games anyway.
Oh, well, there you go.
And if he doesn't go with her, then he'll be laying on the bed beside where I'm sat.
Yeah,
there you go.
He might not. He probably won't be going with me.
No.
Yeah.
I would say.
But him and the kitties coming and hanging out.
I was thinking of maybe taking Toby the Wonder Dog with us, with me, but it's not very logistically wise.
Yeah, probably not. No, unfortunately, not the best idea.
Probably not. And then I wouldn't get to probably do as much as I want to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'd have to, I'd have to leave him at the Airbnb.
I was going to say you've got an Airbnb, right?
I haven't booked anything yet. I haven't booked anything yet, so that's why I'm waiting. I gotta wait because I can't book anything. Because if I book anything, and then I might have fees and stuff to pay if I don't.
That's true.
Right?
That's
so
true.
I gotta wait. And
you gotta wait.
So this week,
there's no way around that.
Cross my fingers. I'll find something. Like there is quite a few Airbnbs out in St. John's.
Yeah.
So I can find a place to stay, especially with just me.
You might be able to stay at the hotel cheaper.
No.
You get some Airbnbs like
No,
$40
not
a
at
night for
the
a
Sheraton.
room.
What?
Not at the Sheraton.
I don't know.
Do they have a con rate?
The con rate, yeah, it's like
I don't know if they've got it fully booked or anything.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know either.
So I have no idea, but
don't know.
I might reach out and see if someone can point me in the right direction.
Yep.
Probably on their website and stuff, I would say.
Oh, I would say.
Yeah, or I can call the hotel.
Yeah.
To say, hey,
Yeah.
you got all booked.
See what they got to say, and then you just do Airbnb, do a Google for
So
Airbnbs in St.
if I
John's.
do get to go, I'm bringing my Alistair cosplay with me.
Oh yeah,
Hotel.
I want. Why do you
I
like
wonder
Hasbin
why.
Hotel?
Do I like
wonder
Hasbin
why.
Hotel? Maybe.
That'd be like me saying, if I go, I'm going to
But
wear my Starfleet uniform.
I think there's a few more cosplayers from that fandom going out there too.
I wouldn't be
So-
surprised. I've been seeing you talk about it that much that I'm seeing it up on my feed now on Facebook
Yes,
all the time.
my blue
now.
sky is just filled with Hasbin
with
hotels.
Hasbin Hotel stuff.
I know, it's true. I'm just there for the Hasbin Hotel.
That's it.
On Blue Sky.
That's
Just-
it.
And I just repost like some things.
I'm there for the funny cat memes on Blue Sky.
I only repost the safe for work stuff.
But that's not
I
fun.
know, but then I'm like, I don't want to flood people's feeds with naughty things.
I use my stories for that on Instagram
There's
because
some
it feeds
really
over
nice
to
artists
Facebook.
though in that. And I must say, the Hasbin Hotel community has some really, really, really good artists. Like super good.
Yeah.
I will have to bring them in. I do have something ordered that's been on pre-order since like October.
Yeah.
There's an artist that she did a tarot set of the Hasbin Hotel kind of thing, and they're like supposed to be like gold leaf and like done. They're really fancy looking. They're really
okay.
nice looking.
Yep.
So I ordered a set there last year, and I was like, oh no, Canada Post strike. But then I was like, oh, Canada Post strike's up, and then she's like, I haven't finished posting them all yet, but they're all because they're all like. And they come in like a little bag and stuff. That's all. Anyway, it's really nice. I'll bring them in at some point and show you.
Yeah.
But beautiful, beautiful stuff. It's over from Germany, I think.
Oh, wow.
She's in.
Okay.
And I got an art book recently that showed up the house from France.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're
Lots
like,
of international.
I was going to say, like, not just
artists and
international listeners. You got, like, international suppliers and stuff going on here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, there's some really, like I said, they do some amazing stuff, I must say. And
There's a lot of the fan artists.
beautiful.
Unbelievable. Some of it's even better than professional art.
Well, the show itself is very like cartoony looking,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So a lot of them do a little bit more realistic stuff,
Yep.
like styles and stuff like that, which I really like. So
But I mean, like in general, like fan art tends to be a little, like, if you've got your craft refined, tends to be better than the quote unquote professional stuff. Like look at Mike Feehan. Like Mike Feehan started as a fan artist, and he got it worked with DC Comics doing the Pink Panther series, and now he's doing Star Trek for IDW. Right, like he is one of their main artists on the Star Trek series. So you can take your fan art to other levels.
he got caught in some of the courts.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yeah.
He should just go sit.
I know. Poor thing.
Yeah. One of these days, she's going to pull the wrong cord, and we're going to go completely
Right
black
off to
here.
the air. Dead.
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
And the rest of the corner will go down too. Be like, dum 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 dum.
So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes this week, I guess.
Yep.
So
Good.
I guess I'll know next Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because it's only the Sunday after that.
Yeah.
That's when the show is. Is the Sunday after next week.
Yeah. So it's like
the 29th. Or the 29th.
so next Sunday, and then Sci-Fi on the Rock is that weekend following.
Yeah, the weekend following. Yep.
So, guess I'll know by then.
Yep. Yep. You should.
Watch me not go. Yeah, not going. And then like Tuesday,
Yeah.
money shows up, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, and you're going to rush, and you'll get out to you sleep in your
yeah.
car.
No.
There's been people that have come here
Oh,
and
that's
done
something.
that.
I know, and it's not a fun time because the West Coast in the end of September.
Yeah,
It's not a fun time.
It's not a fun time.
No.
Our fall is not warm.
No.
I remember one of the vendors actually did that
Yes.
with a trailer and stuff. And
Yes.
he,
That's exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, and he was like, I was like, oh yeah, I slept in my car. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was like snow and
Yeah.
like -5 last night.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get like hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it was when he told me he slept in his car. I was like, yeah,
don't use the fall to camp out here.
No.
You can, unless you're in a place that's safe to do it.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
But when he told me that, I was like, man, why don't you just like stay at a hotel or something? Oh, I didn't want to spend the money. I'm like, well, okay,
Well,
whatever.
You know, some people don't.
Yep, some
They'd
people don't.
rather
That's fine.
just, you know, maximize their profits, I guess.
Yeah.
Vendor wise.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, tables and stuff tend to sometimes run expensive.
Yeah.
So, well, it wasn't like super expensive or nothing, but you kind of don't want to. Hotels can be expensive.
They can be expensive.
You know, especially for several nights, especially if you're coming out for a whole weekend.
Yep.
Because you're thinking, okay, you got to drive out, and then if it starts on Friday, you know, you kind of want to come out Thursday, and then so you got Thursday night, Friday,
Right,
Saturday, Sunday,
and usually the con
and then
rate.
usually the con is till the afternoon on Sunday, so
Yeah,
you don't
but-
want to like.
But not even that. Like even the con rate at the hotels only covers Friday, Saturday. That's it. Even Sunday night, it doesn't cover it.
No, yeah, usually.
Right.
And then, but then Sunday, I did that out at Sci-Fi on the Rock one time. Was we got a hotel room for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and thinking, okay, Sunday we'll just pack everything back in the car.
Yeah.
Because we were going to a friend's house on Sunday night to spend at their house, and I was like, that was the worst decision we ever made in our lives, because then you spend all Sunday morning packing up the
your
room.
car. Yeah, packing up your room,
And
packing up
packing
the
up the
car.
room, packing up the car, moving it to my friend's place so we could unpack it,
Yeah.
so we could like get back to the con. And I'm like, we just spent the whole morning.
Yeah, doing
Done.
that. Yeah,
Done.
done. That was that's.
I said we should have just spent the extra money and stayed the one extra night.
Stayed at the hotel. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I will never do that again.
No. It's just about to stay there
Just
until the
buy
day you
some.
leave. Just it'll be extra 100, 120 bucks or whatever, 150
Yeah.
bucks. Just stay there until you leave. Yeah, I know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe these days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Daredevil this week, you guys watch?
We did.
Wow. So I have come to a conclusion about this series.
Oh?
It by itself would make a great legal drama,
Yeah.
right?
I guess.
Right, without the superheroes and all that stuff, or even if there was no Daredevil in it, it would be like
Yep.
this is a good legal drama, right? Even though they're talking about vigilantes and stuff like that and whatnot. So
So yeah, Matt pulled a fast one on everybody this week.
yeah,
He was like because they were gonna keep the White Tiger out of it,
yeah,
and then their character witness flipped.
yeah. He flipped right at the last minute.
Yeah, not the character witness, but the witness, I
The
should
witness,
say.
yeah, the guy who was getting the crap knocked out of
the
him.
guy that their whole case hinged on.
Yeah,
That they
Their
did
witness.
this whole thing of decoy vans and all that to get him to the courthouse, because they didn't even think he was going to get to the courthouse. They were going to try to stop him. He flipped on him.
Yeah.
And was like, yeah, I wasn't there. I was at home. It's like, dude.
yeah. That was a bad scene. So then Matt had to kind of shift tactics, and
Yep.
even though he had previously asked the judge to leave Hector's White Tiger activities out of the courtroom,
Yep.
he went and bombshelled everybody and revealed it.
Even his coworkers.
Yeah, they were all like,
They were
"What
like,
are you
what
doing,
are you doing, man?"
Matt? You
But
turd."
it was the right move.
It was the right move, because we got character witnesses up for the White Tiger and people who the White Tiger had helped, including police reports.
Well, because the White Tiger, they were saying, okay, well, the White Tiger, why would he do this to a cop intentionally? Because he's helped them so much.
Yep.
And he's helped people, like, this is what he does. Like, it's so out of character that it wouldn't happen.
Right, exactly. Like if he had known they were cops, he would
Yeah.
not have reacted the way he did.
Right?
Right, and he definitely wouldn't have killed one.
Well, he didn't mean to anyway.
He didn't mean to anyway, but he literally tripped.
Yeah, he tripped and fell into the subway.
Into this, and when the prosecutor
Was
described
describing about how they would have passed away. Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
That was intense.
But yeah, so he was like, yeah, he didn't even mean to hurt anybody. He just wanted them to get off this guy that
Yeah.
they were beating the crap out of.
Yeah. So do you think that was all a setup? I think it might have been a little bit of a setup going on there.
Maybe.
Or something was going on with their because Buddy was a confidential informant.
Yes.
Something was going on with him, and the cops were.
I think he knew something that he probably, because where he's a confidential informant, he probably knew something about somebody that they didn't want him to talk about.
Possibly.
And so they were either sending a message,
Yep.
or they were going to do what happened to the cop.
Yep. Throw him in front of the train.
Oh yeah. One or the other.
Yep. Throw, what's his name? What was his name? Oliver Torres or something like that?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Throw Oliver into the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Mama.
Not Mama. And not from.
No.
Oliver into.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was definitely that whole thing went on, and it kind of, got Hector in the good graces. Even the cops, when they realized who he was, they were, because
A few of them were like, oh,
this
they
is the guy
probably
that's been
saved
helping.
quite a few of them.
He did. Apparently, Matt had like 6 or 7 reports there that they didn't even read.
Yep.
So, he has been working with the police to keep the street safe and whatnot. So, so the cops kind of had a bit of a change of heart. A little bit.
Some of them,
of course, didn't. We see there was a lot of references to the Punisher in this episode.
Yeah, there was.
There was graffiti on the wall, the tattoo on the cop's neck and the cop's arm. So there was a lot of that. But I think the biggest reference to the Punisher was right at the end.
Yeah.
When Hector straps up again as White Tiger and is going
Matt told him like he can't put the suit on.
You can't do that. You've painted a target on yourself.
Like they now know who you are. Like if you go out and be the White Tiger anymore, like you're gonna get your family in trouble.
Yeah.
Like anyone who knows you will be in trouble.
Will be in trouble. Will be in danger.
Yeah.
Not just in trouble, in danger.
Yeah, that's what I meant. In danger.
And
he was like, I got to do it.
You got to do it. He could not help himself. I mean, he even said it several times, because it's right.
Because I have to, because it's right.
Because it's right.
Because they asked him, well, you saw this guy being beat up. Why didn't you just walk away?
Yeah.
He goes, because I can't.
I can't. And why not? Because it's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do. Yep.
Right? So he kind of speaks to his character. And so he suits up one last time, and I say one last time, as the White Tiger, and he's out basically on patrol. He hears a scream off in the distance. He goes running towards it, and this figure steps out of the shadows, and bang!
Yep.
Gone.
I know, me too. We were like,
oh, what just happened? What just happened? And then the camera turn, or the character turns towards the camera, and what do we see?
Shirt with a Punisher logo on it.
Punisher logo.
But
that's not Frank.
It's not Frank.
That's not Frank.
I got a feeling they're trying to provoke him out.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I think it's a group of cops that are using his logo as a rallying cry.
It's ripped right from the comics. That's exactly what happened in the comics.
Yeah. So that was my impression, was they are a group of cops that like the idea of the Punisher.
Yep.
That are like, hey, this guy got shit done.
Yeah.
And was like, yep, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, use this as a, you have a tattoo, so I know that you, like, when me and you get together,
we're safe.
We're okay.
Yeah.
Right? You can show the tattoo. It's kind of like a dark mark for, like, evil wizards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is exactly what it's like. It's like a dark mark.
So, so I think this, and then if anybody caught him getting this happening to him, the White Tiger, because he's such a public figure right now after the case, that if a camera catches him or whatever, they can blame it on Frank.
Yep.
Because of the Punisher logo.
Yep, got the Punisher logo on his shirt.
Yep. But little do they know that's going to bring Frank in.
That's going to bring Frank down on him.
Problem with that.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't been seen.
No.
Since
that's right. He have not been seen.
He hasn't been seen since the end of like his series.
Yeah.
Which we're watching now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's all right.
I like it.
We're in the first season right now.
It's all right.
Yeah, you're in the first.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on the first season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we fell asleep last night.
Yeah, that happens. Second season is just as good. I got to tell you though, I love John Barenthal as an actor. I think he did a great job in The Walking Dead. Everything he's been in since I've seen him is great. I actually liked him as the Punisher. I thought he had the character down pat. But Frank is supposed to be a giant of a man.
Yeah,
and Johnny Barenthal is not a giant of a man.
He's not.
Right, like Frank is supposed to be like 6'2" or 6'3" or something.
Yeah.
John Barenthal, I think, is around 5'11", 6'6" or something like that.
Something like that.
So,
He's not as a broad a man either.
He's not as broad a man now. He's just kick-ass, don't get me wrong. Love him as the Punisher.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah, that we just got to the scene. He went to the last thing I remember is we got to the buddy's house with the sergeant, and there was like smoke bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was there with the dominatrix. And,
okay.
Yeah, and he went in and took out like the whole area there. And it was funny because he took Buddy's gun and then made it look like he was like one of them.
Yeah.
And then he set the gun down on the table so that it lasered. And then Buddy came over to say, "Hey, check in with his teammate." Punisher took him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. It is, yeah, and the Punisher Netflix series didn't really go as violent as what the comics have been.
Yeah.
But apparently, like Sean, you've mentioned a couple times now, this Punisher one-shot that's going to be done next year, I think it is, or later on this year for Disney Plus.
This year.
This year?
Pretty sure.
According to the producers and to the actor,
They're not going to hold back.
they're not holding back. It's going to be like good. Whew. So I'm kind of looking forward to that because nobody has really done the Punisher justice.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll have to wait and see. Although I got to say, the Punisher Warzone was pretty close.
Yeah.
That was a pretty close.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was like something out of the Ennis run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. So, anyway. So far so good. Like, I'm loving this Daredevil Born Again series. Anybody that's like, they're combining a lot of different elements from the different comics, though, right? Because you got the Mayor Fisk storyline, which ran through all the street level Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
You got the cops who are idolizing the Punisher, which ran through all the Punisher stuff. So there's a lot of different little angles they're taking.
As someone that hasn't read the comics, it's a good pace.
It's a very good pace.
Right? It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so, Fisk is obviously the bad guy because we know he's a bad guy from, like, Daredevil before.
Yeah.
And now he's the mayor. What's going on there?
What's gonna happen there?
And then you're like, oh, the Punisher. It's like, okay, what's happening there?
Yeah.
So
there's a little bit of gangster pedigree, kind of Hollywood gangster pedigree in this series, too.
Yeah.
Daniel, the guy who plays his executive assistant, the mayor's executive assistant.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Kind of chubby guy.
Yeah, you see him in a suit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you always see him in a suit. He is the son of James Gandolfini, who played Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I saw the credits last night, and I'm like, Michael Gandolfini, and then I realized he's playing Daniel.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of Hollywood gangsta cred in there. So I mean, obviously they're not real gangsters, but
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so they got the son of Tony Soprano to play.
I'll be interested to see now what's going to come from this whole Punisher storyline.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this just because that happened right at the end of the episode. And the episode ended.
Just cut. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what's going to happen with Matt? Because Matt knows the Punisher, but then what's his name? What's her name? Matt's
partner.
Karen
Page, the blonde. Yeah.
So they were like her and Frank were close.
They were close.
Yeah. So like, is he gonna try to reach out to her and talk to her? And does she know where Frank is right now?
Possibly.
Right? The two of them might still be in contact with each other.
They were buddy. They were like you said. They
yeah.
got close in the Punisher series.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, it's possible. I mean, Frank might be lying low, but Karen might know where he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. That's interesting. And they're still saying that Foggy is going to come back.
I don't think he's gone.
Well, I don't think somebody dropped a little hint or a little Easter egg on Instagram yesterday, I think it was, referencing a issue of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think it was Daredevil 468 or something like that, referencing that issue of Daredevil, where Foggy is shot. But it's all a setup, so he goes into WITSEC, into witness protection.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that
what
one
I
makes
was saying
sense.
last week.
Right? So,
Yep.
and the address on Nelson, on Murdoch, Nelson, and Page's law firm
Yep.
is 468.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, I wonder, is there a connection there?
Because realistically, too, your heart can stop,
Yep. And get restarted.
but then you're not technically, you might not technically be dead yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not very long. It's only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, didn't Matt stick around to find out whether or not he was actually dead?
We don't know.
I have no idea.
Because the last
thing we saw was he threw Bullseye off the building.
No, Angel Sky, he
What?
didn't throw Bullseye. He casually pushed him off the building.
Whatever.
He just was like, I'm done with you. Meh. Which I thought was
Totally
brilliant.
likes that.
Oh, you like that? Do you smell my beer? Oh, God.
He said, you can't talk while I'm kissing you. You will get a duck tongue.
Are you
But-
done?
Hi. Yeah.
There we go.
And then, but that's the last scene of, that thing was him hitting the pavement.
Yeah. That was it.
Was Bullseye. And that was it. That was, you didn't see the aftermath. You didn't see the paramedics come, police,
Didn't see anything.
like where Matt went or anything like that.
Nope.
Just time jump.
And then there was just a time jump.
Yeah, 1 year later, boom, done.
Yeah.
So
So we didn't see like the paramedics coming or
nope,
nothing.
saw none of that. So
He could be still alive.
I do think he's still alive.
Yep.
Right. So now that some more hints and Easter eggs have dropped. What's he doing?
He's looking for more treats.
Oh, he's a treat monster.
Yeah, that's why he's coming over to you. 'Cause he wants a
No,
treat.
I don't have treats for you, Toby. Mom does.
I know, but then he looks at me and looks at him and
Yeah.
he's like, I gave him a kiss. I need a treat.
I need a treat now, Mom. Give me some treats.
See? Treats. Treat monster.
He
Treat
was
monster.
over here earlier and I was speaking. Have you caught up on Invincible?
Oh my God, Jeff. It's so good.
haven't.
It's
I
so
know.
good.
I'm still now I'm like 3 episodes behind.
I know. We see like a power set in this one that I want to talk about. And we can't talk about because you haven't seen it. It's so mean.
How much will it ruin the episode?
Very.
Very.
Who's the power set from?
No, I can't even say
tell me
that.
You can't even say that.
Can't even say that because it will ruin it.
I am the suckiest suck that ever sucked. I just haven't caught up.
Because
And it's-
we're watching a fight and we're going, what is happening? Do this instead. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
anyway.
All right.
Right after that, though, was a new season of a show. Your show's back on.
Oh yeah, Wheel of Time's back on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
oh, I
that's
didn't
how it
realize
seems.
it started. I missed all the second
Pardon me.
season,
Yeah.
so.
So 3 episodes dropped. They were really good, actually.
Good.
I did like them. I'm trying to. The only thing is I've read the books, so I'm trying to figure out where in the books we are. So it's like, okay, so this just happened, and then what is happening next? What was supposed to
Right.
happen next after that?
Right.
And it's like, are they doing that? Are they not doing that? And then. Because there's certain things that happened in the book, like I know, like this character is supposed to be, become head of the White Tower, and then this one's supposed to not be head of the White Tower anymore, and she's supposed to pass away, and then this one is like, so are they doing that? Is
Yeah.
it not doing that?
Or is it not? Yeah.
Like, is that where we are right now?
Yeah. Because very rarely do novel or story translations happen like that to television. Very rarely. Like even like local Lord of the Rings and stuff.
Yes.
Not the same as the books.
But they
Right.
still have elements of
Yes.
it.
Yeah. They still have
Right?
elements. Yeah.
So it's like they still go here to here to here to here,
Yeah.
and they eventually get the mortar and throw the ring in and
Yeah.
live happily ever after kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like how they get there is different. So it's like, okay, so it's kind of along the lines of, okay, are we going to meet Gollum next,
Right.
or are they going to do that later?
Right.
Like,
Okay. So that's the same kind of thing that you're going
Yeah.
through. Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, Wheel of Time is like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so he goes back there. What happened when he went back there? It's like, oh yeah, like, and it's been because the series itself, the Wheel of Time series, is like 10 books or something like that. I think it is.
wow.
It's like crazy big, and I read them. I started them in high school.
That was a long time ago.
and through college.
What do you mean that was a long time ago? That was only like 2 years ago, because we're still young
I know,
and
still
stuff.
young,
we're still
and,
young.
but high school and college, and so it was like, and the last book only came out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that.
okay.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So, and the books are not like little tiny novels either. They're
No,
like
Wheel Time
they're like
books are big.
crazy
Yeah,
big.
they're big.
They're like big, thick.
Yeah. Like on
So-
par with like Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
and Game of Thrones and stuff like that. Yeah,
huge.
yeah.
So a lot happens in a book. So you're like, where are we? And of course, they're not going to do. They're trying to, like most books, is they're trying to hit on all the spots that need to be hit on, but also condensing like 2,000 pages into like, a
Half
season.
an hour. Yeah. Or yeah.
Like
into
a season.
Yeah.
So like a whole book needs to condense down into, a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Because if the series only runs for 5 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, they got to get the whole story out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you kind of got to look at it and go, what do we cut? What do we leave in? What do we change? Yeah.
What happens here, right? I know they the last season they did a lot with the Sishen, I think they're called, and this season ran. They're just getting to the ale waste, which they spent a lot of time in the books, doing a lot of training and things happen in there. I don't know if they're going to do as much in that or not. They spent a bit of time in the White Tower with the Black Aja, which is because in the Wheel of Time series, there's women who can channel. They use magic. Mm-hmm. There's a women's side and a men's side of the magic.
Yep.
And the women's side is good, but the men's side was tainted by the shadow, is what they call.
Right.
So it drives you crazy.
Right. It's
if you
more of a
use
dark magic.
So the last man that channeled, or that was. Because it used to be men and women, work together and channel and blah blah blah, and the world was perfect and beautiful and blah blah blah, and then the shadow came, and the shadow tainted the men's side, and all the men that had huge powers. I'm talking because they have magical artifacts and stuff that increase their powers and stuff too.
Yep.
So the man side, all the men went crazy. Nuts, and so they destroyed the world, as it were, and the most powerful of them was the dragon, kind of thing, and he literally almost split the continent in two.
Oh,
he was that powerful.
wow, that is powerful.
So since then, when they find men that can channel, they still them, as they call them, which is cut them off from the source. And then the men lose their will to live, kind of thing, and they just die. That's usually what happens. It's kind of because touching the source is supposed to be like breathtaking and exhilarating and all this kind of stuff. But when you cut it away from someone, then it's like taking a piece of yourself.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So you just kind of wither away, and
Right.
and you get I guess depressed and blah blah blah, and you just kind of lose the will to live anymore.
Take the will to live away.
Right?
Yeah, gotcha.
So then, but Rand, who's the main character in the story, is supposed to be the dragon reborn. So it's the same person as the last one that's killed, pretty much destroyed the world. But it prophesized, he's like the chosen one. It's like the Harry Potter chosen one.
Oh, so is he going to bring balance to the Force?
He's supposed to.
Is that the idea? So he's
Yes.
Luke Skywalker.
Actually,
He's Anakin Skywalker.
he's supposed to defeat the shadow and cleanse it and blah blah blah. If he doesn't go crazy first.
If he doesn't go nuts.
Right.
Right. So just like Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So anyway, there's a bunch of prophecies around them and blah blah blah. It's the child that was born at the feet of the dragon's mouth and raised by other people and blah blah blah, which is what happened.
There's that. I mean, just that little description alone. I mean, that was only 3 minutes that you took to describe that, and that's jam packed with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
So it was. So yeah. It's a very interesting series, and it's very well done. It's by Robert Jordan. If anybody wants to out there, book people want to read it,
Right.
and it is completed. The whole thing is there, so you don't have to be like, oh my god, like when is the next book coming out?
It's not.
It's not the whole like it has
It's
a start.
done.
It has a start. It has a finish,
Yep.
which is really nice. But it's a very big commitment to get through.
Oh, but it sounds of it. 10 books. That's
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
think it's like 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10.
That's a lot.
Can't remember
It's
exactly.
not like it only takes an hour to read those things.
No,
You're
no.
talking a few days.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Easy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
Yep.
But it's a very rich culture. Like he built a really rich world. There's a lot of different things, like different people, different cultures, different languages and stuff in it too. Different supernatural things in that also that they kind of join all together.
Right. It sounds like a modern age Tolkien.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings, right?
It's very well. Yeah, I guess a modern age.
A modern
I guess.
age,
A
yeah.
modern age.
Modern, I mean, you only
It's not
started
as-
reading it
it's
when you
not
were in
as-
high
yeah,
school.
So it's and they have a role playing series actually.
Really?
Yeah, they
Okay.
have a role playing book which I have. So I bought it like years ago,
Yeah.
like years and years ago. And it's out of print. You can't buy it anymore.
Yeah.
And but it was a Wheel of Time role playing game. They use like a D20 system and
Okay.
like kind of like D&D.
Right.
And it's getting different classes and stuff like that. They actually have you can be a male channeler in it, like a channeler,
Yeah.
not Chandler.
Yeah, not a Chandler, not a Chandler Bing.
No, but a channeler. And there's the DM actually has to, when you use your magic, the DM has to like roll thing, and you have like a sanity score. You can actually go crazy in it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wild.
it's kind of neat. It's kind of wild.
Wild. That is kind of cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You
But yeah,
lose your
I'm
mind using dark magic.
I'm really a little bit disappointed they didn't do more with the series. Like, as in, I would like to have seen, because the series ended, but then okay, so you have all this other stuff going on. Like, it would have been nice to have like an expanded universe type
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
Right, a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe Robert Jordan just didn't want to do it anymore.
Well,
After he got done, he had a story to tell.
He had a
told it.
story to tell. He told it, and that was it. He moved on.
Yeah.
Easy peasy,
I'm sure
lemon squeezy.
I'm sure there's lots out there by fans.
I was going to say fan fiction.
sure.
They'll carry that on. You got no worries about that. You got no worries about that. So, I mean, anything that's worth writing about, you know yourself.
Yeah.
You've read a lot of fan fiction over the years.
There's some interesting couples in it.
Okay.
That's very much LGBTQ plus a variety. So
Okay. Good.
yep, like
Yep.
canon kind of thing.
Yep.
Canon being that
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. It's not just.
It's not just fans putting people
Yeah.
together. It's like
It's what the author intended.
actually what the author intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's always a positive thing.
Which was different for the years that it was first came out.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, I mean, because we kind of got to look at that
and it
through the
didn't-
lens of what 19.
And it didn't push it out there like
Right.
it was still a little
It just made it.
like hidden,
Yeah.
but you could read between the lines, like you knew it was there, right?
Yeah.
And the TV show actually pushes it even further because of the day and age it's made in now.
Yes, yeah.
But you're talking about 90s.
Yeah. So would not
Late
have.
80s,
Yeah,
early
would not
90s.
have been a completely out there
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah,
It was there, but nobody really talked about
Yeah.
it out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah,
It was there, but
it was
like,
there, but yeah, I mean,
and then people kind of talked about it, but they didn't be like out in the open as
Yeah.
much as it is now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
it wasn't suppressed, but it wasn't talked about either. It was
Yeah.
kind of in that gray area.
it just was.
It just
It just was.
yeah.
And I wish it was just like.
We need more representation
Oh,
and stuff like that,
without a
and,
doubt,
and
but
we
I
need to
don't-
talk more about it.
Yeah.
But it was in that weird time frame where it wasn't like, "Hey, you're not allowed to talk about this ever."
Right.
and it's not in the age where it's like, yeah, that's just normal now.
Yeah.
It was just kind of in between there, where it was like just, we knew, but we didn't really talk about it. You know, you had a friend that was, and it's like, okay, but you didn't really, you know, you didn't tell your grandparents about it.
It just was, right?
Because they might have an issue with it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they're from a completely different generation.
Yeah, so.
But it like I said, it just was. And I mean, we kind of absolutely need more representation, absolutely need more of the positive side of this stuff. But I wanted to go back to it just was.
Yeah.
You love who you love, and that's it.
Well, they talk about it a lot of time. Well, they talk about it a lot of time. It's not straight marriage and gay marriage. It's just marriage.
Marriage.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Doesn't affect you. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Exactly. Right? What's gay marriage? Gay marriage is marriage. End of story. Drop everything else. Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? You love who you love, and you should not be ashamed. You should not be ridiculed. You should not be have prejudice. That's us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I know. The world today is not a nice place.
no, society got to catch up.
Canada's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not as bad as some other places. Okay, we're
Places.
really
I know.
getting into.
We're just diving. Anyway, past all the
that.
geeky news.
All we know is we love all of you.
Yes.
That's it. We'll leave it at that.
Cool.
And everybody's cool.
Everybody is cool.
Yeah. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
So there was a little bit of casting news for the new Spider-Man movie coming out. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things has been cast as, we don't know yet.
Yeah. But they're saying if it's this early, that means it's going to be somebody significant.
It's going to be somebody significant.
Ooh, which one is that from Stranger Things?
The redhead.
The redhead.
With the twin braids running up that hill.
Oh, run up that hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Her, Sadie Sink. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's a redhead, MJ.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't
She might
matter.
not be a redhead in this, though.
No.
Could be blonde.
I kind
Be
of.
Gwen?
Gwen, maybe?
Yeah, he hasn't met Gwen yet in this universe.
Kind of want her to be Felicia Hardy.
Ooh,
Well, if she's
maybe.
Spider-Gwen.
Maybe Spider-Gwen.
Yep.
I mean, we have journeyed into the multiverse,
Yep.
and we have journeyed into the Spider-Verse with Spider-Gwen. So why not? Maybe she's Spider-Gwen from another universe.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If he starts doing whatever is going on there and then he gets yanked and we're going to get a little lead in Secret Wars or something.
Possibly.
Could be.
Could very well be. I kind of want the next Spider-Man to go back to being street level, though.
Could be. It could be, and it could be completely different. If I was Sony right now, hey Sony,
Hey, Sony, listen up.
if I was Sony right now, why don't you do the Spider-Man from the X-Men version?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so like the world, like, you know, at the end of WandaVision, you know, when she got pulled into another dimension and she met her mom, who was an X-Men, why don't you do a Spider-Man from that universe? Could be completely different.
Sure.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
There's lots of new possibilities.
Lots of possibilities.
Yeah.
But we kind of come back.
Get away from our Spider-Man.
Yeah, why not?
Do a different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Miles Spider-Man.
I'd love to see Miles Morales in the MCU.
But Miles Morales, do it in that universe
Yeah.
with the X-Men.
With the X-Men.
Maybe that's the version they have.
Maybe it is. Speaking of other universes stuff, did an expanded trailer for Fantastic Four drop?
I haven't seen.
Because I was watching something on Instagram the other day, and I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
watched a trailer of something else.
We saw a trailer.
Of what?
We saw a live-action Disney movie trailer.
Which one?
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was so
One of my
good.
favorites.
It looks so good.
I'll actually watch this one.
Isn't that a further signal that Disney is really digging deep to?
A lot of people have said that what it is that they're trying to relicense their properties.
Yes.
So what it is that some of these older movies will come up public domain at some point, and they don't want to lose them. So if you remake something with those characters, you don't lose them. So I think that's what they're kind of doing. But this Lilo and Stitch one looks really good.
Okay.
and they got Stitch good,
Okay.
like little fuzzy alien.
Not like the original Sonic.
Not like the
He's a
original.
little jerk.
He is a,
He's a little jerk.
See, Stitch. They always call him a dog in the show and in the movie, but he always reminds me of like a little jerk cat.
Yeah. Now, that being said, I've never seen the movie. I've never seen the show.
So good.
It was one of those Disney
Now the
movies
show
that
I never really watched.
Yeah.
But the movie was really good. Yeah. And they don't have like, it's not a typical like Disney princess movie, blah blah blah. And it's sisters, and there's not like any like. There's a little bit of romantic interest because like her friend likes her kind of thing.
And Cobra Bubbles.
And Cobra Bubbles, and from the CIA. But it's more of a family dynamic kind of movie. Okay. It's like, well, the whole thing of Ohana means family, and family means nobody's left behind.
Okay.
So it's like two sisters. They lost their parents apparently in a car crash or a sailing boat or something. I think it was that
Storm.
It was a storm at sea kind of thing, or something the water. Okay. If I remember correctly. And so the older sister is like much older, like she's like teenager kind of thing. I think she's like 20-ish.
Yeah.
I would say.
Like the big sister from Shameless.
And she's got like a little sister.
Yep.
So the older sister has to take care of the little sister, but she also has to take care of the house. And the little sister is like really like tomboy, rambunctious kind of thing. And she just gets in fist fights and stuff. And all the kids think she's weird.
Baby. You think does I get infected?
All the kids think she's weird and stuff. And she prays one night for someone to come and be her friend. She wants a friend.
And she gets Stitch.
And she was like, "Oh, please send me someone. Please send me someone to love." And then the shooting star comes down and crashes, and she was like, "A shooting star." Right?
But isn't Stitch supposed to be like a world destroyer?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
626.
626.
Okay.
And he's like evil. He comes out of the crater and he's like, "Bah!" But she teaches him about family. And
Elvis Presley was a respectable man and to model himself after him.
So Stitch is kind of like Galactus, and Lilo is kind of like the Fantastic Four.
He's more like T-Rex.
So she teaches him to like humanity instead of letting it be destroyed.
Well,
okay, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, got it.
And then there's two aliens that come to Earth to try to like bring him back.
His creator and the government guy.
Creator and the galactic government has come to, because he was on trial and he escaped, and he took a spaceship and escaped them. Mm-hmm. And then he crashed into Earth, see? And they're come to get him back.
This actually has a little bit of appeal to me, so I might have to go see this one.
It was done in 99, 2000, around then, the movie was, and it was the last Disney movie they did where the backgrounds were in watercolor.
We're in watercolor.
Oh, interesting.
But it looks really good.
Didn't they change the scene in it because it was...
Yes.
What was that?
So it was the washing machine.
Washing machine scene. Yes. They changed it from a washing machine to a cupboard?
Yeah, something like that. Because she locked herself in the washing machine.
Oh, yeah.
And they were afraid that kids were going to model after her and trap themselves in the washing machines.
Right.
So they changed it.
Kind of like the same reason why they took Johnny Storm out of the Fantastic Four cartoon back in the day.
No, that was actually a licensing thing. They had separately licensed the Human Torch out. Company had optioned it, but never produced it. And at that time, they still held the option, so they would have to pay the company.
They also had a fear that children would light themselves on fire.
That too, but Human Torch and Thing were both separately, and Thing, they just got the rights back to Thing at that point. Because there was a show where a kid changed into the Thing.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
Oh, my. But yeah, that was the reason they changed it. It was a washing machine.
Washing machine.
She hid herself in the washing machine to get away from her sister.
She feeds a peanut butter sandwich to
peanut
the
butter
fish that's a
and
god.
Tuna fish sandwich.
No, can't, because he'd be a monster.
That's right.
Because he'd be a cannibal.
He feeds him a peanut butter. I thought it was peanut butter and jelly
peanut
sandwich.
Butter jelly sandwich. That's the whole reason why she freaks out. Is that you can't feed him tuna. He'd be an abomination.
Right.
The word was.
That's right. She feeds every day. She has to bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich
to a fish.
Because he controls the weather.
Because their parents died.
Well, I would assume because their parents died.
Okay, things just got weird.
Yeah.
Things just got weird.
But they were out of peanut butter, and her sister told her to make a tuna fish sandwich instead, and she said, "But I can't feed him tuna fish. That would be an abomination."
It would be.
Yeah.
That's true.
It would make him a cannibal.
Yeah, it would.
That's... Okay, yeah.
It's funny and cute. It's not done like, oh, will they, won't they? There's not even any, like, boyfriend, girlfriend stuff or anything like that. It's about a family. And
Yeah. Like I said, there's a little bit of romantic interest between, like, her.
oh, he likes her.
He likes her. Between her, like, best friend and her.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, you should go ahead and ask her out. She likes your fancy hair.
Yeah.
She thinks my hair is fancy.
He works at the same restaurant as her.
Same
He's like one of the fire guys at the...
That does the...
Oh, the
Yeah,
fire.
she's a server. Yeah.
Because it's all done in Hawaii, right?
Right.
And they're very, they do very nice, respectful, like, cultural stuff.
A lot of the
in it, too.
soundtracks in Hawaiian.
Yep.
Okay.
And it does the gentleman that did some of the music for it was
the great big guy.
yeah, I can't remember his name. He did
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's involved in that. And Winona Judd did the Elvis cover at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, Elvis Presley gets mentioned a lot in it.
I'm okay. I might be interested
some
in
music.
seeing the live action. I have no interest in the cartoon, though.
What?
No.
Oh, the cartoon's the best.
I'm not a huge Disney cartoon.
He's a little jerk in
It's
this.
from
It's so
that
cool.
era, though, of Disney, where it wasn't cookie cutter Disney.
Oh, okay.
It was like Atlantis
It was, yeah.
and
Have you ever the one that
Atlantis.
Atlantis?
Hunchback.
I didn't think that was Disney, though. Atlantis was?
That was early 2000s Disney.
One with Michael J. Fox?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize it
Yeah,
was
it was
Disney.
like
I
that
actually
era
enjoyed
where
that
they
one.
were just
That
trying
was
to do
Disney
different
also.
stuff.
Yeah, it's very much it's very similar to that.
The people
like
are
the style.
visibly, stylistically even different from like
Yep.
normal Disney people. They're drawn in a
They're
very
drawn like more like traditional ethnic like
And
Hawaiian people.
more
and stuff like
oval-shaped
that.
heads to everyone and everything like that, and geometrics.
Yeah, but it's very much in that era when Disney didn't do the big eyes and the skinny little itty bitty things and
Right.
stylistic
All right.
formula.
Sounds good.
Anyway, they have a live action coming out.
Yeah.
It looks very very well done, and Stitch looks very well done, which
Yeah.
is the biggest thing.
Don't they also have a Snow White one coming out?
Yeah, don't even go with that
No.
one.
Yeah.
That one is
Tainted.
apparently not great from what I've heard.
Oh, I
well, it's
believe
not.
that.
It's not out yet. But
It's been
apparently
getting bad
from
press for like a year already.
from what
But is
the
it-
trailer, like what the art and trailer and the characters and all that kind of stuff, and even like her dress and all that kind of stuff that they do for it. There's been some really bad stuff like surrounding it already.
Is it bad reviews, bad critiques, or is it just people bitching and moaning?
No bad
Approach?
critiques, but it's like along the lines of, I think, the Sonic critiques,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The approach wasn't quite there.
right? Like they've tried to change too much of it
Right.
to be okay
Right.
for movies,
Right.
and I think they lost track of like what it should be.
Right.
Some of the live action they do really well, and then other the live action is really bad.
Well, one of the things I can say right off the jump, is the animation of the dwarves looks awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks absolutely atrocious.
Which they didn't want to cast anybody in those, like, for the roles of the dwarves,
Why not?
because I don't know, they had this mindset of, oh, we can do this with animation.
Well, let me tell you
blah,
right
blah, blah,
now,
whatever.
that based on that alone, as soon as I saw the animation for the Seven Dwarves,
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is garbage.
Yeah.
It looks awful. You should have just
Cast people.
cast people.
Yeah.
There are actors that can do that.
Yep. There is.
Just cast people. Anyway.
And they're anyway. I mean, they did it in the Once Upon a Time TV series better.
Yeah.
They had dwarves in that.
I believe that. Yeah, absolutely.
Like they did in Lord of the Rings. There's all kinds of dwarves in that.
Yep.
Like, just do the dwarves that way.
Yep.
If you didn't want to do, like, you thought it would be, inappropriate to do, like, just do it differently.
Probably cost a boatload more of money to do it with the CGI too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and it looks awful.
It looks awful. And there's been some critiques of her Snow White dress and things like that. Like, it's like cosplayers can do better than that.
No, that I've heard. Well, then again, let's be realistic. Cosplayers can do a lot better stuff than what Hollywood
the Cinderella live action that they did, her dress was beautiful in it. Like, absolutely stunning. And cosplayers did replicate it, but they replicated the movie dress. Right? And because it was such a nice dress. But, like, the Snow White dress, it was awful.
Okay. So it comes out now.
You get that at Spirit Halloween? What happened here?
Right, there you go. So my question is, we're getting a lot of deluge of all these movies. Like, people have complained about superhero fatigue for the last 4 or 5 years. These new Disney live action remakes are, for the most part, not hitting the mark.
They have
been. They've got their market. Is it time for Disney to retool? Maybe think about what they're doing before they do it?
I think they should always think about what they're doing before they do it. But they're not. Right? They'd rather do a Frozen 3.
Right.
Or a live action Moana.
Right.
Which was like 10 years ago, not even.
Or a Moana 2 that seemed like really rushed and had no promotion and wasn't actually that great.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Right? Then going and, like, there's a lot of different things they could do. Like, because their whole shtick, Disney is fairy tales.
Yeah.
Right? But expand. Look elsewhere. Do things that, that are not the normal, princess, prince, blah, blah, blah. I think people are ready for it.
I think so as well. So I don't know, like between the Marvel stuff, the MCU stuff that Kevin Feige is kind of losing his grip on, and the Disney, I don't know what you want to call it, the prime Disney stuff, I think they got to stop.
I think Disney hit its prime there a while ago.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, like Disney animated princess movies, I should say.
Yep. Yeah, Disney can go in a completely different direction. Like, they've even got the Star Wars universe that they've gone in a slightly different direction with, but even still, they're still relying on the kid friendly stuff, the family friendly stuff,
and it's great. I mean, we're always going to need kid friendly stuff.
Absolutely.
But kids, they used to make smarter stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's where my problem with a lot of cartoons and things like that happen. It just seems like they think kids are dumb.
They think kids are dumb. They think audiences are dumb.
Yeah, and I'm like, just make smarter stuff.
Yep.
Tell a story.
Yeah.
We will understand.
Yeah, we'll get it. We will get it. You don't need to handhold.
You don't need to dumb it down.
Nope.
You don't need to hold our hand.
Nope.
We will get the story.
Yeah, and we'll either like it or we won't.
Yeah. Kids will get it.
About this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us or send us your feedback through social media. You're watching Rogers TV.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
We're in for something special. The best of the best. It's showtime, and away we go. We're going to drop the gloves right away.
The rivalry heated up. That was the greatest start to a hockey game ever.
It's murder in overtime. McDavid scores! Look at that! What a goal! Oh, Bennington game saver! Connor McDavid scores for Canada! Best on best, and still the best!
When I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, I was deteriorating in front of everybody.
All my life, I lived with sickle cell. I went through a tragic crisis that put me in a coma for 3 weeks. While I was in there, I received a lot of blood to put me in a healthier state.
I was given the plasma then through IVIG. Even though that happened so long ago, it still has a massive impact on me today.
Thanks to donors, I can live another life.